welcome to a build here. This is going to be quite a long video because I know a lot of you guys do not like them to be too sped up, so that's why I have made it a bit longer. If you want it to be any faster, and you can just mute me, I'm just pretty much going to talk about what I'm doing and what I was going for and why I'm building this. So I actually have always wanted to build a world of my own. And I know like Lil Simsy and them have their own saves and such. And I'm actually creating one. I'm gonna do it, guys. This is the first of many lots to come. But this is a library in Willow Creek and I love it. I love the way it is. So proud of this build. I can't even tell you how happy I am. But yeah, so I'm just building this structure here, and a lot of this is going to change. Like this part here is not going to stay. But yeah, I'm so excited for anyone. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is just a base game build, because it's totally not. It's not. I'm not going to limit on what I use. So if you don't have certain things, I mean, I won't use custom content, but if you guys don't have certain like expansions, things might get replaced or whatever. So just be mindful. But I am going to be putting all of these up on the gallery. So if you want to download any of them, you are so very welcome to do so. I would encourage it. I hope you guys enjoy these. But like I said, yeah, I really have wanted to do these for a really long time, and I had a hard time finding windows here, but so that's kind of what I'm going to be starting to do. I want to be a little bit more proactive with building in The Sims 4. I know I haven't always built very much in The Sims 4, and so I really want to do this. And I love the way that this came out. Like, I can't even explain how much I love it. It's insane how much I'm in love with this build. Now this, like I said, this is a very long video, so obviously we're gonna have lots of time for me to talk about things, but this is just the front. This is just me adding the windows and trying to figure out the whole placement and what I'm gonna do and like, oh, all of that good stuff. So yeah, and I did put music in the background, so if you guys you know, don't have to just listen to me, you guys can just tune me out if you really want to. But yeah, this, like I said, it'll be up on the gallery. It is still called the Willow Creek Archive because I really love that name. I just think it's a really warm name, and it's like kind of inviting, and I really want this to be a place where your whole family can go and enjoy time together. So yeah, I was just really into building lately in The Sims 4 especially, and so that's what we're getting into. And like I said, like there's gonna be so many more videos. So if you don't like this one, don't hesitate to follow my channel, just because there's gonna be so many more parks and everything and such. So yeah, but I wanted the inside to be very different, and so that's why I went with the like walls like that. I just think it gives it like its own touch, and I was like, oh my god, that's so perfect. Because the outside is so boxy, the inside is so not, which is exactly what I wanted. And this is after the new update came out with the stairs, so I was able to use those. I was really happy to be able to use those. I really wanted this to look beautiful, and I was really trying to go for like an open concept theme. I really wanted to delete that railing in the center, but unfortunately you can't. So it's just kind of like two sides to the staircase. One can be going up and one can be going down, whatever, doesn't matter. And then up here, this will all be, you know, furnished and everything. But oh, I'm so happy to be able to record this for you guys. It's been so long coming. I did put a wall in front of this so it's not so open, which makes it look so freaking cool, I think. And oh man, just wait until you see what else has come. So yeah, so like I said, I really want to do a whole world of my own builds and use it in like my current household and use it in my LPs and such. So that's what I'm kind of working on here. I don't know if you guys ever have watched my Sims 3 version of Holly and Art, but they are my family that's in this world right now because I'm having so many issues with The Sims 3 on that save. So I'm actually like kind of thinking that I might just transfer them to The Sims 4. I've been playing The Sims 4 more than The Sims 3 lately. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm more into it right now. Um, with everything that just came out, like the stairs, and then there's the Realm of Magic that just came out. Thanks to Crazy Corn for gifting that to me. It was really sweet of you, and I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, and oh my gosh. I don't know. I just really have been really into wanting to build this. Now, obviously, it's going to be a long time before it's completed, you know, but I want you guys to be able to be there every step of the way to see it. And I know some of you guys aren't really into The Sims 4, and that's fine. You don't have to be. If you don't, you know, you're not into Sims 4, that's okay too. You know, I've also wanted to start building in The Sims 3, so I might be doing that as well. I'm not really 100% sure. I do have that builds coming out for my 365-day challenge, which I put out another video for that today. I was trying to do something different with the columns here. I didn't want just normal like columns. I wanted something original, and this is what I came up with. I love that skylight. It gives so much character to this build. Oh, I don't know. I'm so in love with this. And I've been watching some other channels who build like for their channels and just seeing their ideas and the things that they come up with. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I want to do something like that. But this is the column we go with. It is a plumb bob. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. And I was so in love. I just had to. I couldn't decide at first if I liked it the way it was shaped. But then I was like, you know what? It's a plumb bob. What the heck am I thinking? Like, this is perfect. Why wouldn't I not want this at my library? Like, this is so perfect. And then we just flop it to the other side. Obviously not like that because it doesn't look the same. So I just fixed it and did it the same way I did the other one. And it became perfect. I'm so in love with how that looks and the way that it just accents the front of the building and like pushes you and invites you into the front of this building. It is so beautiful. But yeah, we're just putting some colors on here, and these windows here that we're kind of staring at with like the diamonds on them, that's actually where the children's section is going to be. So you'll see later on, you'll see all of that is actually the children's section. So it's like cut off from the rest. And I just think that's such a clever idea because in my personal library in the town where I'm living, there's actually one of those sections and it's kind of secluded. And I was like, you know what, that's pretty fancy. It keeps them to themselves, and you know, the library can stay quiet while the children can still enjoy reading books or just hanging out there while their parents are there. And I think that's so cool, but kids can get loud, obviously. So that's kind of why the downstairs for them in this section is actually going to be like computers, and then the upstairs is going to be where they can, you know, play with other things like the void critters and such, where they can be a little bit louder because, as you know, the top wall doesn't actually connect to the top part of this library. So they're going to have to have their own staircase. They will have their own way of getting in and out of the building over there at the back, and I just think it's so perfect. The rest of it is so calm and inviting for adults and everyone else to enjoy, and I just think that's kind of what makes it unique. It makes it really unique. I was going to do all these walls different colors, and then I was like, you know what, that's going to look really silly. So I actually went with that green, or like, I think it's like a blue, but I took the brick from outside and I put it inside. Oh, excuse me. And the bathrooms will be down there as well. There is no children's bathroom, so they'll have to, you know, use like the bathrooms over here. And there's only two. There's not stalls or anything, but that's okay. And then I noticed this looks really funny. So I actually took it out and I moved it in a little bit so that there can be a little bit more space up there and it doesn't look so weird. It does kind of look weird when you go upstairs, unfortunately. Like on the roof, it kind of looks weird there because the poles, I tried to fix it and make it better, but it just looked really wonky. So I decided I'm not going to actually do that, and I just put the roof back and I just said, you know what, we'll deal with it. So yeah, it doesn't get anything. I was gonna open this up, I really was, And then I was like, you know what? They're going to be so loud up there. Like, let's not. Let's just leave it closed and secluded off from the rest of the library so the kids can have their own section, the adults can have their own section, kind of. I think that's really cool. And then I had a hard time figuring out where I wanted the stairs, and I wanted them all the way around. I wanted them to turn all the way around, but I was really having a hard time figuring out where I wanted to place them, and I ended up placing them in front of the windows. I know that's kind of a weird place, but it actually makes it really beautiful if you think about it. When you're going up the stairs, the view you get is just glorious. And so on top of that, I also put this here to cut off that floor, so when you go up, there is no extra flooring there now. Oh, it looks so beautiful. It really, really does. I really loved it. I love the way this came out, and there you go. And I used the same stairs, the same, balcony or banisters. I put these here because I thought that was really cute, and then I ended up taking the third ones away because it's too much, but it just holds up the stairs really nicely. And then right here at the front is gonna be, well, I actually put some things. I contemplated doing fast internet because I just thought it was gonna be a good one. And I also contemplated convivial, and I ended up going with fast internet just because I feel like at a library you shouldn't be talking. You should not be having a conversation with someone. And then I wanted to go back outside because I wanted to finish making the front of this look amazing. And the only way I could really figure out to do it was to put something around the edge just to give it like that oomph, but I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do. I wanted to make a fountain, and I couldn't put one inside. I was a little bit bummed about that. I don't know if there's a cheat or something that I could do to do it, but unfortunately I just went ahead and decided I'm gonna put a tree inside. So there's this Arby's where I now live. It's the first place I ate when I moved here, which is kind of like a sentimental memory, I guess. And this Arby's is the first place I ate with my now fiance when I moved here, and it has a freaking tree inside. It's so cool. It's a living, breathing tree, and I just was like, oh my god, like they have a legit tree inside of their building, right? So like I was kind of taking that personal memory for me of like that moment when I first ever had my first meal with him. Like it's just a really big moment for me. And so these trees mean so much more to me than just trees inside of a building. That's what they kind of represent for me, and I love it, and I just think that it just adds to it. And it also, not only does it do that, but it gives it like that peace and tranquility feel for me. Like, I don't know, I find trees to be really calming, which might be weird. And then I kind of wanted to make this more like a fountain kind of looking thing. So I ended up actually putting some like sprouts or water sprouts. Is that what they're called? Or spouts? I don't know. Water, like gushers, I guess. They just like spit the water out. I thought that was so cool. And I actually changed the side and the front walls of this so that they're a little bit shorter. Like shorter on the sides and then even shorter in the front, so that it looks like it's a proper like fountain looking area. And I put some flowers and some shrubbery and all of that good stuff in here. I thought that was a really cool idea. It just gives it that different vibe, honestly. And I was like, man, I can't even see in there. Like, how's my Sims gonna see in there? Then I tried making the walls smaller. I decided not to do that. I made that smaller, and then I was like, oh my god, that looks perfect. Like, look at the sides and then look at the front and just look how cool that really looks. Oh, I'm so in love with that. In the pictures, unfortunately, the flowers disappear, so you won't actually see them, but I did not delete them for the photos. They are there, I promise you. I do take one extra photo so you can still see them. I just thought that was really cool. So that's pretty much like your entrance, what you're gonna see when you enter this beautiful library. I'm sorry about all these pauses. I should have cut these out. I didn't even know this was in here. I don't know what I'm doing or where I went, but I'm sure I'll be back soon. But yeah, and I just thought that was so cool. I probably had to use like the bathroom or something. Um, but yeah, that's so cool. And then, now I want to try and fill in like a pathway for this. And I didn't honestly know what pathway I wanted to go with. But this one, I just think it's perfect. The way it just accents that darker brown, it just makes it look amazing. And then I was like, you know what, the front of this is kind of boring. So let's put in a fountain. And I tried to do this. I couldn't place underneath it, but I actually end up being really smart and placing the angled ones. And so it looks like it runs underneath it, but it doesn't. It does not run underneath it. So don't think I cheated. It doesn't. It goes around it, and it looks like it goes right underneath. You can't even tell. And I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of this build so much. Like, I haven't built much in The Sims 4 in a really long time, but when I built this, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. Like, why have I not built more in The Sims 4? But yeah, and then I wanted some decoration. I tried to do these around this, but it ended up looking really funky. And then I just put these balls at the end for a little extra. I was gonna put some like flowers and such on there, but I was like, that's too much. I don't want to put too much. And then I actually put this in here, which is a fountain. You're supposed to be able to use it, but unfortunately you can't, I don't think, because I don't think your Sims can even reach it. I haven't play tested this. Like, I mean, I had a Sim go here and make sure like everything's working. Like, you can get up down the stairs, you can use the bathrooms, you can get to the kitchen area that I put in here. It's not really a kitchen, it's like a cafe, like a little snack bar. But yeah, so you can definitely, it is like that, but it's not play tested as in, can I toss a coin in this? Because I didn't think that was really necessary. Like, if you really want that, then maybe we can put it on a different lot or something. But I do want to hear your guys' thoughts of some things that you guys would love to see. Maybe you guys play The Sims 4 and you guys are like, man, I really wish this was at this kind of a lot. And maybe you guys could help me build this world. I would really, really enjoy hearing your guys' thoughts. So my friend Crazy Corn, he is, or as you guys may know, I've called him a lot, Psycho Dog. He changed his name, but yeah, he actually is going to be building some lots for this as well. So we're going to be kind of co-building this world, which I think is going to be really fun. So I don't know if you guys know, but we did have a gym that we built well, he built it and then I just like edited it. We have went and really, really dug down deep and edited that just recently, which it's back up on the gallery, and I will show that off as well in a video. It's amazing, the things that we've done with it, the things that we're able to do now that The Sims 4 has grown since we built that. I don't know, just my style of building has become so much better. I'm so proud of where I was or where I've come. So I'm really proud to say that, like, that I think I've really grown as a builder in The Sims 4. I mean, this kind of is boxy, but just the way it looks at the end is amazing. So this is actually, if you guys are wondering, it is actually on the museum lot in Willow Creek. It's not on the actual lot that it originally is on. But yeah, it's a really good one. I actually end up deleting that because it doesn't look right. But this is the color of the outside. It's just a brown, and then there's the blue siding on the part with the kids, and I just love the different accents. And then it does have that stone, so it's got like the 3 different sidings, and I think builds with 3 different sidings is the legit key to making a really good build. So if you guys are struggling, maybe try that. And then I ended up actually making a side over here, right, that has these pillars, or these columns, I guess you can call them again. And it's because I actually want to make a side patio looking thing here. So that's why I placed those out here, and I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. It's perfect. And then they've got the trees, and I did do this, but I ended up taking it away because I don't like it, because I couldn't put it around these edges out here, and that's originally why I intended on doing that. I really wanted it just to be around the edges out there, but I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. I tried everything I could think of, and I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. I tried everything. I worked on this so hard trying to get like that edging. It wouldn't work. It was like up in the air. It wasn't proper. If you just seen it right there, like it's up in the air. I don't know why, but I'm guessing it's because it's not the top of that room, quote unquote. Like that's like the ceiling. So then I tried placing this down to do it, and then I didn't realize, but it actually deletes things. And I was like, that's pointless. Like I can't do this. Like I can't fix this. I can't do it. I really can't. And it was like moving things and deleting things. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I don't know how I got that. Oh, I do know actually. But then look at it, deleted half the diamond. So, or the plumb bob. So I was like, whatever, I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna undo it because it's not worth it, because it's literally ruining everything and I don't want that. So I went ahead and like reversed everything I pretty much just did because I didn't like it. And I was like, this isn't working. I really tried though. I really tried. I do end up coming with a solution, to like how I can make the edge look really pretty in the end. I did try some of these things, but it didn't look proper, unfortunately. And I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but it's not what I was going for. So, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't do that, but I think it looks good nonetheless with what I came up with. I used the fencing, I think, and I put it all the way around it, and I take off that other like edging because I don't like it. But yeah, and this just gives it like a little bit of an accent around the edges, and I liked it. I was like, you know what, this actually needs to come out farther because the one side is like, I just think it needed to overhang a little bit more. It makes it look a little bit more intense. Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of wish I had done like spots in that ceiling part that were like open to the sky, almost like skylights kind of. But I don't know if I would have liked it, so I don't really want to like go in and tweak it right now or like change anything right at this moment. And then I delete that because I don't like it because of the fact that it was going inside, and I was like, that's too much. So I just went ahead and got rid of it. And then yeah, so that's it for the roofing. I was like, I'm done with this. I can't do it anymore. And then I moved those windows up because they weren't up all the way like they're supposed to be. Here are our bathrooms, so it's just two like legit bathrooms. I ended up changing the wallpaper on the outside because I don't want the outside of the bathrooms to be like half brick, half like paint. So I end up changing that as well. And then right now I'm just like making sure everything is covered, like walls and such. And then I decided I actually want this to have like those, like, I don't know what they're called. They're a sculpture, I'm pretty sure, but they're just like beams almost, and it just goes up to the ceiling and it just looks really cool. So I did want those, and then I thought about using these instead of those columns, and I was like, no, I like the plumb bobs, leave them plumb bobs. But yeah, and then these are what I'm talking about. I wanted these, but I couldn't place it there for some reason because there's no wall. So I had to use move objects on to place this. So just keep that in mind. There is a few move objects on in this build, like placed items, because obviously I had to do that to be able to place it there. And there's the inside fountain. It looks so freaking cool. I love it. And then I thought, what if I had used this instead of like the walls at the stair part? But it wasn't cool. It wasn't enough. And then I just decided to like start looking for some bookshelves. I wanted to think about what bookshelf exactly I was going to use in this build. I really love the bookshelves in The Sims 3 that just go floor to ceiling, just a normal bookshelf. They look amazing. They unfortunately don't have those kinds of bookshelves in here. So I was like, shoot, what am I going to do? So I end up using these ones that I'm placing right now, but I do, I think I still have move objects on, unfortunately. I didn't think about that, but when I place them, I like it. It really does pop. And then I have this weird like section where they're in a row, but like it doesn't meet up. So I decided to place some of these there, and I delete that extra bookshelf. I delete it. And then what I do is I place these and then I make like a little square there. It's just an accent. It's just something different that separates maybe like the middle of the library. I don't know why, but I think it looks nice. Maybe you guys hate it. I don't know. You guys can do whatever you want with this. Just don't take credit for it, and I'll be happy. But yeah, so now we're just putting in ceiling lights and making them smaller because I hate that these lights are so massive, but at the same time, they are one of the best lights. So I'm just throwing them around. I really want to have a lot of lights in here. I mean, you're gonna be reading books, right? So you don't want your eyes to hurt. And then I end up deciding, okay, I don't like that. I'm just gonna make it the brick and it looks so much better. So now I think we're gonna start working on the bathroom area, and I wanna change the wallpapers because obviously I don't want the wallpapers to be the same colors. So I did blue for boys and purple for girls, just so you can tell the difference. I do have girl and boy doors, so that's why it is very important that you know the difference. And then I decided, actually I like these ones. But yeah, I mean, I don't normally like to do like blue for boys and purple for girls or pink for girls. So please forgive me for that. But it's the only way I could think of that would represent those like genders. Now, obviously, if you want to change out the doors and just make it so anyone can use those bathrooms, you can. Just, I know in my personal library, we have those separated ones, and I didn't want to leave out anything, so I did do like animals have a potty, like cats have a potty in here, and babies have potties, because I do want you to bring your babies to the library and read them books and things. Things that I would do with my son, like, you know, those are things that I want to do with my Sims children as well, you know. And so that's kind of where I was going. And I end up changing the color schemes in here. One of them becomes like black toilet and such, and the other one is white. I think the boys is white and the girls is black, which I actually really like. And I did different photos, but I sized them up so they take up a lot of that wall, which is really nice. So that is that, and then we do put in like toilet paper, and I make sure to put all that good stuff in. I want to make sure that you guys have like a trash can, so if you clean out the baby potties, do you have a place to throw away like the trash in the trash bin. I was looking for, what was I looking for? I can't even remember, but I was looking for like something to go in the corners, and I think I end up doing the trash bins. Like I said, I end up thinking, oh, I probably should do like a trash thing. I also wanted like, you know, those I think I actually eventually find them, but they're like hand paper towel dispensers that you would find in like a community place. I actually want to do those, and I want these to be like the desks, quote unquote, that you like check out your books at. That's really the only reason I place these in here, guys, because I know they don't really go for a library. But yeah, and then these are like the counters that, you know, the people stand behind and like check you out with your books, so that, you know, they make sure they get their books back. But yeah, so that's what I did, and then I just shifted it forward a little bit so it looks proper. I think that looks really, really beautiful. And then I did change these ones on the end to be like the curved ones. And obviously it's just two. In the center here, I wanted to do the book thing that like the book returns. I do actually put those in there, which you will see. And there's the paper towel thing that I was looking for. I was so excited when I found it. And then I did put in like the soap dispensers. And then I was like, oh, I totally need trash cans, you know. And so I end up putting those in. I moved the cat. That's what I did. I moved the cat boxes because I wanted the soap dispenser there, and they wouldn't. Technically, I wanted it to look like they could walk over to it. So that's why I changed that. And then I decided, wait, this one should be like white and the other one should be black. And this is where I change over. I think the girls becomes black and the guys becomes like completely white, like it kind of is. There's the different plants. And then I did find curtains as well and put them in here because these windows are massive, and I know that you wouldn't want somebody like just chilling watching you take a pee or whatever you're doing. So I was like, you know, we need curtains, some like fancy looking things. And I go with these in white for that side and black for this side. And I was like, oh, I should do black completely on this side and white on that side. So it just kind of looks better. And so that's what I did. And I really think it looks really cool. That was my thought process there, if you guys are wondering. And then I put in some of these plumb bob photos because I was like, you know what, we need a plumb bob in here. So yeah, and then I just, like I said, I'm just changing over a couple of these things. I do change up this trash can to make it a bigger one. And then I was like, you know what, these rugs are a little bit small for this bathroom, so let's make them a little bit bigger. You want, you know, your feet to be comfortable. And then I put some plants in here, and I did it on this side as well. So I think it's just really beautiful, and that's it for the bathrooms. And then I wanted to put like a little snack area. So if your Sims are at the library, I know when I used to go to college, they used to have like this little barista bar that you could get like a donut and a coffee or a tea and a muffin or whatever you wanted. And I was like, you know what, we totally need that because my Sims are always hungry when I'm at the library. This is gonna like the perfect time. So I was actually going to place in like a barista bar or like an espresso machine, but I couldn't find them, so I was like, whatever. And then I did find them and they were too big, so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna throw these in. And there's like that little fridge that you can use from Get to Work, I think it is, where they can just get like a snack. And so I was like, you know, that's perfect. So I actually I think I just throw in the one thing from Get to Work where you can just like pretty much buy it. And I put in a couple of them. I was like, you know what, this is too much. So I put in a couple of these with a couple counters so that, you know, if you needed to make something on the counter, you can. And then I was like, but they don't have a place to like, you know, wash their dishes or anything. So I don't know. I don't remember if I even put anything in. But yeah. I was also having a bit of issues with my mouse in the middle of this video. So you're going to see I'm going to start using the camera up in the corner to like turn it and such because my mouse started to mess up. But I did put a kitchen table in here where, you know, you could hold maybe a business meeting. I don't know. But you could also just sit and eat. So I figured this corner would be like the corner where, you know, you could be kind of louder. And you know, talk and whatever at the table, but it still needs to be kind of quiet. So there is that couch there, so if people wanted to sit there and like, you know, eat and whatever, then they could. And these are the book returns I'm talking about. I put in 4, 2 on each side, so it just looks like, you know, they're returning books. People are returning books. And then I did want to put some fancy decorations up here on the counter. I did try sizing some things down. It just didn't look normal. So it's like, no. And then I was looking at these. These are pretty cool, actually. I don't know what I'm going to use them in, but I want to use them in a build. And then I found toilet paper, and I was like, oh, forgot to do that in the women's, but I had it in the men's, so whatever. And then I ended up putting, I think, a plant on each side, and that jar, I think, goes on both sides, and some books that look like, you know, maybe somebody returned them and they haven't been put into the return, or they're holding them for somebody because somebody has requested them. So yeah, I did that. And then I wanted to do something with this wall behind because I just thought the wall as well was a little bit bland. So I was like, you know what, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something with it. And I end up eventually putting some shelves on it with some pictures that look like it's almost like sitting on top. And I don't know, I just think it's beautiful. I wanted to make sure I saved. On this side, outside of the men's bathroom, there is, I was gonna do like, another whole eating area, but I was like, you know what, that's too much. Let me just do one table over here where, you know, you could bring your laptop or whatever and sit and plug it in and use your laptop. And then I put like more bookshelves over here and, just like a comfy area where maybe people could read like a magazine or whatever, because I do put that magazine thing in next to the one chair. And then I put this end table in, and I don't know, it just really came together. I used the same rug because I didn't want to like change a lot of things or make it really crazy. So I was like, this is like perfect. So I did downsize these and moved them up, but I eventually delete them. They look really funny because they went really dark. I put some tissues just in case, someone has to blow their nose. That flower pot, and then I think I just put like a photo. I can't even remember if I do anything else, but that's the magazine I'm talking about. So if you wanted to read some magazines, I put that bookshelf thing in. It's from Machino stuff, so it's new. And then I put a picture in, I do believe, and I really like that photo. It really pops. It's from Machino as well. And then I put some more bookshelves in, and we're getting close to almost finishing the bottom, which is crazy. But this is just like a section at the front of the building where you have like 3 couches in like the U shape, and then there's like a coffee table, and it's a little bit more secluded because I'll put like a half wall behind it, or is it a half wall? I think it's half wall, or it's and like one of those accent tables, either one. But yeah, so I put a table in here, and then this is where I put in the there's like little tables here in the corner, but I actually don't use those ones. But I do an accent table there, and then I put in some end tables here, which I use these ones, I do believe. Maybe not. I don't know which ones. Oh, those ones. Yeah, that makes more sense. And I actually cut this off, which I don't mean cut this off. I actually make this like its own place with these candles, which it just gives it like that secluded vibe, and it just gets its own space. And like, look at how beautiful that looks. And then I wanted to put these globes in. I know that they're supposed to be like, I'm pretty sure they're like liquor ones, or juice. But that's okay. These are the shelves I'm talking about, because I thought that looked really funny with like the stair thing popping through, but it looks really cool when I get the paintings up there. And I use pretty much the same painting multiple times, but I just use like different variations of it. So like, look how cool that looks, and it covers up a lot of that like weird looking space. Then I decided that I really liked these candles here, and so I was finding some statues to put in. I don't know why I went with a duck. I really don't. I guess I must have really liked it, so I just went with it. And then I put like a coat rack here. I just figured some places people might want to hang their coat. Maybe it was raining out and they came in and they're like, oh, I need to hang my coat. So I thought you could do that. And then I just put like these colorful things. I do put some chairs over here that match the couch, because I thought, what if you don't want to sit on a couch with somebody? What if you want to sit by yourself? So I put those chairs. They're just kind of angled, and I thought that was really cool. And then I put 4 desks over here in like a square shape, which will have the first computers for the building. Obviously, it's a library, so you're going to have public library computers. And I put the candle thing in the center of this eventually. And I thought that was really cool because it kind of cuts it off, so you don't have to stare at this random person across from you. And then I put like a rug underneath it, and it's just 4 computers, nothing really fancy, but I really liked that idea. And then I wanted to put some chairs here because I thought, well, there's bookshelves over here. People might want to sit over here. But it looks really funny with the way that the desks were. Like, that looks really weird. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, and so I ended up thinking, no to these. We actually go with those like little, what are they, like little footstool things? I don't even know. You can sit on them. You'll see what I'm talking about. But they're like the things with the cushions, and they're like little benches kind of. I'm trying to think of what they're called. Ottomans, right? That's what they're called? Ottomans? I think so. I was trying to match the wood to this wood over here, and I ended up coming with these. I don't know. I think I might actually change these out later. I can't remember exactly if I do or not. I can't remember. I moved these closer because I was like, they're too far apart. It looks funky. And then I put this in the center, and I was like, bam, Look at how secluded that looks. Like, you don't have to stare at this random person across from you anymore. And now we're on to the children's section. And I will finish off the top upstairs, but I want to finish the bottom first. I put some bookshelves underneath the stairs from the My Pet Stuff. I love that pack. I know a lot of people hate it, but I really like it. And then I put some like pillows here that the children could sit on and read. And then over here, there's like a little chair, and there's multiple of these. I think I put 3 of them. I think maneuver that one, yeah, a little bit forward. And it's just like a section where they could sit and read if they wanted to. It's a little bit quiet section for them. Then I put one more pillow here and a like block. I just thought that was kind of cool to like give that a splash of color or like different thing. And then over here is where I use the desks from My Pet Stuff as well, and I placed down multiple of these, and then I put one here and I put 2 at the end, and they are the children's areas computers. So if your child wants to get on the computer, this is the computer that they would use. Now, I did use this rug quite often, and I did keep it the same color because I want this section to be so vibrant. That's kind of why I went with the really bright chairs, the different colored pillows. I don't know, I really think it looks really nice. It really does. And then I was like, wait, we have to have stuff on the walls because it's kids. And so I put some frogs on the wall, this tree. I put some clouds up on the walls, which I thought was really cool, and I just think it was so cute. And then there's like the little moon and clouds, and this one just has like another set of clouds. And then I was gonna put dinosaurs, but I don't think it ended up looking nice, so I did the tree instead. And then over here I just put up some of these things that have like, it looks like child artwork, and at my place there is a spot where it does show off children's artwork, so I did that. And then I love those because they remind me of Optimus Prime, so I had to place those. And then I put this little gated place in with like the puzzle flooring that I wanted you to be able to bring your toddlers and put them here. And the reason I put the fence around it is because obviously if it's toddlers, you don't want them wandering all over the place. So I put these colorful fences in, which are the toddler ones. And then I put in like the build-a-blocks. There's a teddy bear in here. I wanted to do a slide. I thought that'd be really cool, but I ended up not doing so. I put a couple of the blocks, a toy box, the teddy bears, and I think a couple of just random toys. The duck, the like little bear thing. There's a panda, a cat, and a car toy. So your little boy and girls can come over and play in there, and maybe they can make some friends. I did put the creativity tables in here, so if you want to use those, just because it kind of looked like it fit with that artwork section. It just looks like it goes. And then I do put in a rug, and these are the lights that give them the emotions. I put them in here because they're actually really helpful, where if you are wanting your child to be in a certain emotion while drawing, which is inspired, I'm pretty sure that's what those are, that you want those there. So that's what I did. I put in this down here because I thought, hey, like they could totally tell a puppet show and children could sit around and watch. So I put a bunch of different colored pillows, so you know there's all the different color ones, so your child can pick a spot and sit and listen. And then I was gonna put chair here, but I actually decided not on that. I don't like those. I deleted them. And then I did put, like, I wanted to section off like where they could build their, mental skill. And I was like, you know what, this needs like a wall behind it. I wanted to do the void critters, and then that's the game down there, which if they get loud, at least it's sectioned off from the rest of the building, so you don't have to worry about it. I was gonna put 2 of those in and 4 of those, but I actually decided against that. I think I take out all of that I just put in. I put in the void critter like things where you can battle your void critters. So I did that, and then I put this wall in here so it sections off this storytelling area. And then I do put these hamster things. This took forever to come up with. I had a really hard time figuring this out, and just to make it look really unique. And then I actually end up changing a lot of this. I think. I think a lot of this gets changed. But I do keep it there, and I end up really liking it. The way it comes out is just freaking amazing, and I was so happy with how it came out. Um, Obviously, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect because you're trying to piece together all of these crazy little pieces, but it works. It really does. I end up making the wall one longer, I think, just so I can make it work, because I was like, this is so not working. No, I actually don't make it longer. I put them over top of each other. I overlap them a little bit more to make it look a little bit more realistic. Which is fine with me. I think it looks fine. See, I was like, oh, I should totally overlap it. And then I just shift them over a bit more and put them all together. And bam, that's what I get. So there we go. And then I was like, okay, these can be separated a little bit more because there's more space. Then I put these rugs in because this is going to be your void critter spot. So I want you to have, you know, your void critter area. And I put this downstairs. I was like, you know what? They probably would want these. So let's place them downstairs. It's a little bit quieter of an activity. But I put 3 void critter, like, fighting battle stations, I guess. And these are the 3 here. And I think that looks really cool. And then on the wall, I do put a lot of I put all of the void critter stickers on the wall, which is really cool looking. And over here, I put up some just random posters of some things. And then I was like, you know what? These should go over where the storytelling is. But yeah, here's all the void critters. And when I say I use them all, I use them all. I literally did. I think it came out really cute though. It's just like a bunch of them on the wall, and you can pretty much just like, I could just see kids coming in and be like, oh my god, I got this void critter and it's so cool. And so I was like, I'm totally doing that. Then I put these over here. They're just like posters. I just thought it was good for the storytelling aspect, and that's pretty much all I really do here. I put a light over here just because it looks really dark. But yeah, and then I just downsize it so you don't really see it. And I think that's it really for like the whole thing. I do change this as well to the dinosaur. But I think that's it for the children's section. Now upstairs is some more desks with some computers on them. I didn't know how many desks I really thought I needed. But, you know, I went with a whole wall of them right here. And then I do cover this wall with the bookshelves as well. I want them to look really nice and like downstairs. So what I actually do is I move them all together. There's a weird space, so I put this desk in the center. I put another computer on it, and I put a picture above it, so it's just a little bit different. Over here, I want some more seating, you know, to be able to sit upstairs and read if you so please. I also want a chess table, because I just think that's cool. This is a good spot for it. It's kind of out of the way. And then here is like a section to sit and read some more. And I think I put like the focused lamps kind of close to these tables as well, which is near those couches that I just placed in, those couches as well. I think they get like the focused things near them so that you're focused while you're playing chess. And then I wanted to cover this with bookshelves and one more desk, just so it matches the other side. And then I do put photos above them because I really wanted that to be like, you know, the space that they could use. And I don't put the same photos on both, just so you know. It is different photos, so don't freak out. This is what I go with on this side, and then different ones on the other side. I wanted that focused, I think it is, so that's what I went with here. And then I just wanted these little area right here just to be like a sitting area. And then I decided, what if the parents don't want the sun shining in their face? So I did put curtains all upstairs and downstairs for everyone, so you could just pull or unpull the curtain so you could have sunlight or no sunlight. I just thought that was kind of cool. Put in some plants because it just makes it so much more lively. And I think that might be it, guys. Oh wait, no, because I still have the side and all the plants in the back to do. Man, I was thinking, oh man, I'm done, but no, I'm not. So these are the curtains downstairs, and oh my gosh, look how beautiful that looks with the sun shining in. Oh, so in love. But yeah, and then I decide I want these ottomans or whatever they're called, as like an upstairs thing where you could sit on them. And then I was like, you know what? I freaking hate these. I hate them. So I decided just to go with these ones. And I actually think I swap them out. I think I swap out the ones downstairs as well. Maybe I don't. I can't remember. I think I do though. Because I think I'm like, I don't like them anymore. But yeah, and then I just put a walkway out back if you wanted to, you know, go out the back door. Like maybe the kids want to go out the back door, so if you wanted to just leave that way, you could. And then I put some, you know, dirt around the edges because it is just realistic. And then I was like, you know what, it's pretty plain back here, we need some plants. So that's what I started doing. I'm gonna start putting in some plants out back and just decorating. I mean, I don't really go overboard here. I just do one section in front of these windows that gets plants. Really, I was like, you know what, you're probably not really going to be out back here much, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So I placed these in, and there we go. Put this bonsai looking tree out here, and I used some of these flowers to go around the rest of the build. I just thought like the walls that didn't have flowers or whatever, these would look really nice around it, and they actually just give it that little oomph that it kind of needed for that like decoration a little bit. So that's what I went with. I just downsized them, so if you're wondering, and then I just put like, I think I just put another tree there. Yeah, that's all I pretty much do. And then I use these different ones to go here, and then I put flowers and such around here because the actual section is going to be like flowers and whatever. The rest of the section is just going to have those few little things. So I put a bunch of this, and then I put a rock, and I put 2 rocks. And then I put some dirt in because I just think that makes it look so cool with like the dirt underneath. I had a really hard time placing this for some reason. It kept like my click, like my button was like clicking. Like look how high above the actual plants I'm clicking. Like that's ridiculous. And then I decided, you know what, this needs like something over here. So I was going to place in some of these things, and just seclude it off. But then I was like, wait, I totally could do like a seating area over here, like an outside seating area where if you wanted to sit outside, you could. So that's eventually what I get into, and I place some of these. I actually changed some of the flowers, so like I don't like that it's so symmetrical. And then I place these flowers around the edge here, and this is like gonna be like the fencing almost for this section. I just think it makes it so much cooler. And yeah, it goes through the wall, but oh well. And just like look at that. Look at that. So it looks really cool in my opinion. And then I actually take out those flowers up there at the end and make this one big like wraparound section that you can get to from the front of the building, and you can get to it like here. And then I want to do like the brown, like the dirt edging around all of this because I just think that really gives it the accent that it needs. And so that's what I do. And then I end up getting rid of that. Like I said, I just use the thing. Yeah, like that. Yep. Yep. And there. And then I just edge this again because I want it to look proper. And then I think I put like a chess table out here, and I tried to put some lights in, but you know what? There's no ceiling. So it looks really funky. So I actually put lights on the columns, which I think makes the columns pop so much better. And I actually put lights, I don't know if I already did it, but I put lights in front of like the trees at the front of the building as well. And here's the chess table that you can sit outside and play on. So I thought, you know, some people might want to be like outdoorsy people and sit outside and play. Put like that little sunflower or the sun on the wall. I didn't know what to do with this wall. I've actually added some more things to this build since I've finished it. So I actually placed the wall mural thing that you can like spray paint the wall mural on that. So I thought that was really cool. And then I put some really big like posters on the outside wall. You'll see it if you download the lot, or if I ever show it. But these are the lights I'm talking about. I haven't done them, so they are the ones that came with, I think, the update with the Machino stuff. Is that what it was? No, it was update with the stairs. They came with that, and I thought it was so cool. And then these are the lights that I put on the outside of the building, and then I want to put some on this to accent the light there. And I wanted to do one on that tree because that tree is like, you know, really cool looking. And I just like the way that the back looks. It's not really like extreme, you know what I mean? And then I put some more lights here, and I put lights on the front here. I think I get rid of some of these lights because I actually think it's a little bit overboard. Yeah, I know I get rid of some of these lights because I think it's a little bit too much. Like it looks like too busy. And I put these on the inside because I was like, this is perfect. And I think I put them in the center just because it looks better. Just left them on the center ones. That's it. And is that it? Am I done? I know I have a bunch of photos at the end. So here are the photos. This is just the front. And then it shows, you know, this is the entrance. That's where the plants are missing, but they are there. And this is the downstairs. And there's the other way looking towards the kids section, looking upstairs as well. Then this is like the front area. There you go. You can see the flowers are still there, I promise. This is the stairs near the kitchen area, looking upstairs kind of. Then this is like that cafe area part that I added in. Don't take any photos of the bathrooms. This is like the middle landing, and then I do have one of the kids section and of the upstairs here, which I think is really cool looking. But yeah, guys, so I really hope that you guys enjoy this. I hope that you guys download this, give it a try. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this, definitely give it a thumbs up because I would really, really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think because I can always use, you know, tips or whatever. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this, it'll be up on the gallery. I will leave the hashtag down below, and I will talk to you guys next time.